Hello everyone and welcome to Channel 18 TV News. I'm Don Julian filling in for Jim Rogers today. In news, the Sulphur Springs City Council will be meeting Tuesday, both in executive session at 6:30 p.m. and in regular session at 7 p.m. In that executive session, the council is expected to discuss personnel matters pertaining to the appointment of a city finance director. During the regular session, there is an agenda item providing the opportunity for council action on that appointment. Also, Mayor John Sellers is expected to read a proclamation naming February as Black History Month in the city. The council is also expected to take action on resolutions for an agreement with Backstory Beverages Company to name election judges for the City Council election, for professional services contracts for Highway 11 widening, and approving the financing of an economic development project and other items. The Wildcats UIL academic cross-examination debate teams competed at a district competition last week in Longview. We get results from Wildcats UIL academic coordinator Gerald Grafton.
We traveled to Longview last week and competed for our district meet, CX debate. We had James Draper and Matthew Robinson compete, and we also had Felipe Alba and Dakota Souls compete together. Those were our two teams that competed. Both teams did well. The first team I mentioned, Draper and Robinson, they drew a very tough draw, and they ended up with the A team. Every really good team in the district they ended up competing against, and they were able to get a win out of one of their matches against the T-High A team. So we're real proud of their results. Dakota and Felipe, they won. It was really kind of exciting. They won their first two rounds, and then they came up in their third round, and they had to have to be able to get into semifinals. They had to get the maximum number of speaker points possible to be able to get in, and they lost the round, but they did get the maximum number of speaker points. So they made it into semifinals. They competed well for us. They ended up placing fourth place overall. They at least had a chance to bait for the opportunity to go to state. They happened to lose that meet against Mount Pleasant, but they finished fourth overall and brought us home some points for our district, toward our district championship. I was real proud of the way that the guys competed, and they've worked really hard all year long, and just really proud of the result. So.
Yeah, points in the debate have been hard to come by, and it's always good to get some. Right?
Yes, sir. It's nice to grab some early on. So we're real happy with the guys' results.
The entire team, they've got one coming up, I believe, this weekend. Is that right?
Yes, sir. We're going to be traveling to Quitman this weekend, and we're going to take a partial team to Quitman. We've got our meet coming up in about 3 weeks, and then still about a month and a half off. District meet will be on March the 24th. Most of the events will be on March the 24th. So anyway, it's exciting times. We're working hard trying to get to a place where we can compete against these other schools. So.
The annual Larry Buster Memorial Kids Fishing Day took place Saturday at Peavine Pinion Pond. Channel 18's Doug Haston showed up to see what was going on.
It ain't gonna work. You get on here. That's a fly. God, put that camera down.
But listen to my grandpa.
Look it out there.
Come prepared.
There you go. Perfect spot. Leave her lay there. You're all right. There you go.
I need something heavy on me. I need another weight.
Well, you're hooking up on a bunch of grass anyways. We'll just put some corn on it.
Need a wild turkey representative.
Here I am.
Here you are. Tell me your name.
Dale Thompson.
And what are you doing?
We're out here with the Larry Buster Memorial Kid Fish, cooking hot dogs. Gonna give away some rod and reels here in a minute.
Why did Wild Turkey Federation get involved in this?
Well, actually, the Kiwanis hit us up. I think they were having problems getting enough people to come out and support, and it was kind of dying off, and it had been going so long, and me and the guys, you know, we like to do this for the kids anyway, because the kids are our future as far as hunting and fishing goes. We just pitched in there and we show up every year.
And you're doing the hot dogs?
Hot dogs, we're going to give away some rod and reels. Just get the kids outside, you know. Let them enjoy the outdoors.
What do they have to do to win a rod and reel?
All they got to do is get a ticket. We don't, it's all free, we don't charge anything.
You'll catch them also?
Caught anything yet?
Yes, I caught the first one.
You caught the first one. What'd you use for bait?
I think it's cheese. It looks like cheese. It does. Catch it, what's that?
The old trout.
Yeah, buddy.
You want to hold it up? You want to hold it up?
I don't want to touch that. That's a little, big, that's the skinny. You guys. Put it in there. Well, we need to walk, right?
Is that the first one you caught?
He ain't gonna bite you. Hold him just a minute.
Did you catch that all by yourself? You know what you used for bait? Is that the first one you caught? Don't let it back in the water.
No. Go at it. Don't let the blood get on your hands. It's okay. I already have it.
I should have had a good pair of
Let me have it. Let me see it. Here's it. Oh gosh, that flesh just slapped me. Yeah.
What's going on, man?
You got a hook in the water?
Yeah. It's cold.
You having any luck?
Ain't got nothing. Just now. 30 minutes?
Okay.
We ain't been long. It's cold. It's too cold. Oh, boy.
Well, you know, trout is a cold fish. That's
I think I'll just stick to crappie and bass.
having any luck?
Yeah.
How long you been out here? 30 minutes, a long time. He had a little brisk this morning, isn't it?
Usually is.
I caught myself.
You caught yourself.
The hook went on my bed. I wasn't happy about it.
That's what it's all about.
That's what it's all about.
She'll figure it out.
Is it really cold? No.
You're not cold, are you? Have you caught anything yet?
No, sir.
Well, when you catch one, you'll warm up.
Oh, yeah, right.
I'll say thank you. Whenever you finish with them, just bring him back to that table.
Okay, we appreciate it.
Are you the Parks and Wildlife guy?
Yes, sir.
What's your name?
Kevin Story.
Kevin Story. Tell me about this event.
Well, we've been doing it, at least we've been providing the trout for probably 15 or 20 years. And the city has been buying trout for the last 2 or 3. And we used to coordinate the entire event, but it's kind of difficult doing that long distance from Tyler. And and the National Wild Turkey Federation took it over probably about 3 or 4 years ago. So we just come to help kids learn how to fish, or at least catch fish.
That's the whole purpose of this.
In a rural area like this, kids tend to be a little more knowledgeable about fishing than they are like in the city. So most people have their own equipment and kind of know what to do. In urban areas, they don't.
How many fish did you stock?
1,500, and the city bought 500 of those.
Well, where are they all hiding? I'm wondering, what role does the game warden play in all of this?
Man, I just sit here and watch the kids have a blast, and no fishing license required today for anybody assisting a kid. So really, that not that much, other than making sure nobody falls in the water. I really don't want to go get one today.
Now that no fishing license, that's just for today only.
Yeah, tomorrow you'll be required to have a fishing license, and you can only catch 5 per day of trout. That's
okay.
That, so.
Do you need a special trout stamp?
Yeah.
Still had a window pointed at me.
Get everything? Good to see you.
Don't think I won't.
Josh, you want a drink?
Yeah, hand me a
In sports, the Wildcat Soccer team lost their district opener 3-0 to Pine Tree Friday night at Primm Stadium. And I talked with Wildcat Soccer coach Nikki Wiggins.
After watching film, I think we just a few times we fell asleep. We left somebody wide open, and we weren't paying attention. And like I've been telling the kids, somebody messes up, we expect to score, and that's what the other team did, Friday night.
And Pine Tree, just like in the past, they looked very good to me. Looked like one of the district's best to me.
Yes, I would say they're probably the district favorites. They were very physical, fast, and skilled all at the same time. And they played really hard, and they usually come out, they're on fire. So they're always trying to get that district title, and they got a pretty good step on everybody else.
Couldn't see any problem with playing hard and any of that stuff. The team looked like they were giving it their all. It it just didn't go well for them.
Yeah, when we sat down and watched some film, there's a few times that just if we don't turn the ball over, don't put ourselves in a bad situation, we didn't defend corners very well at all. That's kind of what got us. And just like I've told you in the past, the second goal happened, just a minute or two after the first goal. It's always that big push, and we were kind of down and feeling sorry for ourselves, and we just can't do that. So we do have experience on the field that we need to prevent that from happening, but we do also have some young guys that have to learn from that experience, because every goal is huge, and kind of hated that we gave that last goal away right before the halftime. That really kind of set me off a little bit, but the kids responded well in video, and we'll just hoping to play somebody and get that taste out of our mouth.
Next up, Marshall now, trip there on tomorrow night.
Mm-hmm.
And so I know they're a good guy, graduated, I believe.
Yes, sir.
Hope to bounce back.
Hopefully we can bounce back. I know they beat Texas High Friday, so they're looking at positives, but we're looking to get back in the win column.
Very good, Coach. Thank you.
Thank you.
The Lady Cat Soccer team opened district play Friday night with a 1-0 victory at Pine Tree. We learn more from Lady Cat Soccer coach Joel Bailey.
Last year we split games with them. We scored on a corner kick at home, and then they scored on a corner kick last year at home. So it was pretty low scoring affairs, but just a battle tried and true, and the same thing last Friday night. Going into Pine Tree, and Melina just hits a bullet, and the keeper gets a hand on it, but it had so much pace on it, it still found the net.
Mm-hmm. That was in the second half, wasn't it?
Correct. I told them at halftime, whoever scores first is probably going to wind up winning this game, so let's make sure we get on the board first. And sure enough, within the first 2 minutes of the half, Melina breaks free on a loose ball, settles it, and just drills it.
She can do that.
Yeah, she really can. She's got the leg strength, and she's just so tough to knock off a ball, and just a combination with her speed and technical ability. She's a danger. She's lightning in a bottle. You never know when she's going to strike, and when she does, get ready for it.
No, you're very proud of your goalkeeper and your defense for the shutout.
Absolutely. McKenna Gamble's having an exceptional year. She had 10 saves. She had one that she fully extended, laid out for on a well-placed shot and kept it out of the goal. And the back line's playing as one, and midfielder doing well to transition as well and help build the counterattack. So a total team effort Friday night.
Now you got Marshall coming into Prim Stadium. What are they like this year?
Marshall's probably about the same as last year. Some results from Friday night's game. T-High took care of business early on, and then obviously they went on to win 10-0, something like that. Oh, wow. So they're still building. Mm-hmm. It'll be a varsity-only match at 6 o'clock, kind of normal from the break. They were unable to field a JV team at this time. I think they're waiting for basketball season to end so that they can fill out their JV roster.
So a good start for you. You can't do better than 1-0 after one, right?
Absolutely. Right now, if it were to end today, T-High would be in first place because they got the goal differential tiebreaker, even though we won and they won. Hallsville and Mount Pleasant went to PKs, which is good because no one got max 3 points out of that game. So right now, as the standings, it's T-High with the goal differential. We're tied for first place, even though the differential separates us in second place with 3, and then Hallsville won in PKs, so they're third place, and then Mount Pleasant's fourth place.
A part of the Wildcats powerlifting team competed at a Mount Pleasant meet on Saturday, and we get results from Wildcats powerlifting coach Casey Jeter.
It was a great meet, somewhere around 220 lifters. Mount Pleasant runs a good, clean show over there. This meet, we took 12 lifters. This was our younger group, our freshmen and sophomores. We wanted them to get a lot of attention, help them grow in the sport. Typically, we take 26 to 28 to a meet, and this was just a great opportunity to let the older guys heal up and let these guys get better at the sport, which they did. Mm-hmm. At this meet, we had 6 of the 12 that placed, that took top 5 medals. Now, as a team, we got 7th overall, but heck, to be able to do that with freshmen and sophomores is pretty good.
Yeah.
So I was very proud of the guys. They worked hard, and they've been putting in hard work, and it's a great foresight for our future because you've got some freshmen and sophomores that are working really hard and are going to be big lifters in the future.
You can give us some names. Tell us how the guys are.
Okay. We've got, in the 114-pound weight class, we have Trenton Johnson, got 2nd place. And then we have a coach's kid, Austin McCain, in the 114s, got 4th place. In the 165s, we have Noah Johnson with 3rd place. We have George Greenway in the 181s with a 4th place. And then we have Ignacio Guerrero with 5th place in the 275s. And Alfredo Olivito. And he super heavyweight, got 5th place. He's a freshman, big guy. We're looking forward to getting him stronger. So guys had a good time. They represented Sulphur Springs well, and like I said, they got better. So
all right. What's next now? What's coming up?
In 2 weeks we have Commerce, and now Commerce is the last qualifying date for regionals. At Commerce, we're taking our top 15 guys in the region so that they can secure and or advance in their regional numbers before regionals at Lindell 2 weeks after that. So basically regionals is a month away.
Wow.
And my goal is to win regionals. Mm-hmm. Our team's goal is to win regionals. Last year we got 4th and we were ticked off about it. Now Lindell and Greenville are those who are us, Lindell and Greenville in the top 3. Mm-hmm. And those are the 2 teams that we need to beat out for it. And so it'll be a heck of a competition that day. Right now we're sitting at 16 guys that are regionally qualified.
Wow.
Yes, sir. Last year we had 11. Yep. So to keep that, we're going to see how we do at Commerce, see if we can increase those maxes. We're going to start getting into smart lifting. Before it was let's see and try to find those maxes. Now we kind of have found them. So now we're looking at our smaller increases. Mm-hmm. If we can get 10 pounds on squat, 5 pounds on bench, 10 pounds on deadlift, well, that's a 25-pound increase overall. And that's a big jump for where we're at in the season. So like we say, we're going to smart lift. See if we can get those small progressions.
The Lady Cats softball team had their second scrimmage of the season Saturday at Rockwall. They scrimmaged North Forney, Rockwall, and the Colony. Lady Cats softball coach David Carrillo is pleased with what he's seen from his team so far.
Yes, I don't think too many people can say, like, on a Tuesday night you go face a Forney, and first thing out of the box you face the Colony, who's the defending state champions, and those teams were the two regional finalists in our regions, and that's who we opened with in both scrimmages. So, but it was good. It was good for us, and you know, you still have Rockwall and North Forney who are really good too. So quality of opponents and scrimmages, we have faced very good ones, and I thought we fared very, very well. We did some good things offensively, and we were able to stay in the games. You know, I thought Bailey Haggerty had a good weekend this weekend, and she had a good start when she started against Forney. So, you know, those things, and we're just looking how we're doing offensively. I think, you know, Kelsey Wallace has gotten off to a great start. So is, you know, Brinkley Driver and Alyssa Abram. They've gotten off to fast starts. That's just off the top of my head. You know, Sadie Stroud had a good night against Forney. And we're having girls right now that are being able to put the ball in play. And, you know, it's not like we're looking terrible at the plate either. So it is very encouraging against very good pitching.
How about fielding and stuff?
Yeah, actually, we fielded very well. You know, we made a couple of defensive lapses this weekend, but definitely fixable. Those things, like I said, for the most part, I believe we've only made like 1 or 2 errors really out in the field. Now, we've had some little boo-boos out there that we could do better on, you know, situational-wise. But for the most part, I'm very pleased with the way we're playing defensively also.
Did we win any of these?
Yes, actually, we won 1 of 3. You know, and you know, but you know, put us in a game setting. You know, there's a lot of things I would do different, and you know, it's a scrimmage, and you put people in and put people out. So, you know, we were able to beat North Forney. You know, the Colony was a 2-2 game, and got away from us a little bit in the last inning, and then you know, Rockwall, another good team, just kind of got away from us in a little bit in the mid innings, but it wasn't like we were getting blown out or anything. I believe that was 5-1, and Colony ended up being 5-2. But again, we were in every game. So, and there's, like I say, it's a scrimmage. You know, that's the hard part, that you have to get people to understand that, you know, you're still evaluating. There's a lot of things that, you know, you do and you wouldn't normally do in a game, and you just kind of, you know, you bat so many, you don't bunt. You know, really offensively, I've been just telling our girls to go swing away, go get after it. Now I want you to go get your cut. So, you know, that's kind of the way we've been doing it now. You know, next week or this week will be a little bit different. Try to do a little bit more offensively, but for the most part, you know, we just turned them loose and let them go.
Hope to be at home. Weather maybe iffy for you.
Yeah, we hope that we'd like to play at home. Hopefully we can do it this week. You know, it always seems it's one thing or another. You know, this time we're dealing with the weather. So that being said, if something happens, we'll just move it back or do whatever we got to do to get this thing in, and then you know, hopefully get the 2 scrimmages with you know, Wiley East and Lindale tomorrow, and then North Lamar on Friday, and hopefully being able to get those in.
That's Channel 18 TV News for today. I'm Don Julian, filling in for Jim Rogers. Thanks for joining me, and so long, everybody.